Hello and welcome back to another OMSI 2 video. I'm Joe and today you find us sat on the Scunthorpe 2020 map in this delightful Stagecoach Gold Wright Streetlite. About to work a Route 8 up to Skippingdale Retail Park or whatever they call it. So let's get this bus set up. Now this, as I say, is the Scunthorpe 2020 map. It's available from Fellowsfilm Studios, link in the description. If I remember, I'll also put a link to this wonderful bus and the livery in the description. And yeah, as well, if you haven't got OMSI, it's about 27 quid off the top of my head to buy it through the Steam store. You can get it at a heavily discounted price through CD Keys. There's a link in the description for that as well. I think last time I checked they were selling it at about £12. So yeah, if you've thought, I'd like to try that, but I don't want to spend that much money, click the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, so it will take you to that. And if you buy it through there, I'll get a little commission. So, you know, happy Joe, you get it cheaper. Everybody wins. So yeah, let's get it fired up. It's the Micro Hybrid, it says. With sporting this nice, let's get the lights on. Sporting this nice Stagecoach Gold. How do we... very nice. Stagecoach Gold interior. Really, really nice repaint. Oh, the seats even come down as well. Really, really nice repaint this. I'm a big fan. I don't really like Stagecoach, but I like the repaint's brilliant. Can't fault it at all. Right, so Route 8 up to Skippingdale Retail Park. Let's have a look as that come on the front. Obviously, yeah, it's a Stagecoach Gold branded. I don't know if this route uses gold branded buses. I would imagine it doesn't. But I just like the livery. It's not obviously got any branding on it because then you can use it anywhere. There we go, we'll just pull up to standy. Should really have checked my mirrors there, but never mind. I've not driven the Route 8 before. Well, no, that's a lie. I have driven the Route 8, but I've not driven it on Scunthorpe 2020, so I don't actually know if we're expecting anything different. It's nice to see that our OMSI 2 regulars are here. Yes, all the usual passengers are here, ready to take a day trip up to the retail park for some retail therapy, I imagine. Oh. Now what's been updated, there is a much more varied AI list. If you've got the buses, of course, we see a Humber Fastcat Enviro 200 MMC over there. We've also got, there's a London City Bus Enviro 200 lurking around, which is always nice to see. Dual door, of course. I'm not a big lover of the fact it's dual door, but you can't do anything about that because there isn't a single door version at the minute, so it will have to do. We've also got the ALX 400. I think it's a Trident. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, there's also a little bit. You know, there's a few extra buildings in the map from what I've seen. It all just looks a little bit more modern. And of course, if you've got OMSI 2 add-on London, the cars from that are motoring around. You know, you see the minis and etc from that, so that's quite nice. Timetables have also been updated. I mean, you go from here to the first stop on what's the street called? I'll remember when we get there. And you used to always arrive there 2 minutes early, and now you actually have to, you know, you arrive there, oops, don't want the engine to automatically shut down. Yeah, so you now arrive there at kind of a sensible time. So yeah, Route 8, off we go. Let's see what happens. I've been driving the 7 quite a bit, and this route seems to interwork with the Route 7, because I drove the 7 last night up to Skippingdale Retail Park, got there, switched the destination back to Route 7, continued back. I was thinking to myself, there's not an awful lot of passengers on this bus. It's quite quiet, nobody getting on for quite a while. Turned out that you go up as a 7 and you come back as an 8, so no wonder there was no passengers. I was completely on the wrong route. So we're going to try and not let that happen today. Some of the shops as well have been updated, so you've got like a Wilkinson's now instead of, I mean, what was it on the old map? It was that German shop, wasn't it? From, what's the shop called now? I've completely forgotten, but it had like the rainbow flags outside. You'll know the one I mean. So yeah, everything has received... Oh, hang on, there's some errors here. What's... oh dear, there we go. Clear then. I think I've set something up wrong in the old AI list. So whenever there's like AI traffic coming, I get an error message. Which is not brilliant. But I'm not entirely sure how to fix that. So, there we go. ALX 400, very nice. There we go, so Francis Street. You know, we're driving at a normal speed. I'd say 30 miles an hour was an acceptable speed for this road. In fact, I'd go as far as to say it was the speed limit down this road. But yeah, and you're not arriving frightfully early at your first stop, so that's nice. Because you did find that on the old map, you did have to crawl round a lot more. And then you'd get here like 2 minutes early and have to sit there whilst blocking all the traffic because you'd have 8 buses sat behind you like, ooh, why is he not going? Again, I don't know as to how much this high street's been updated, to tell you the honest truth. I don't know if maybe they've changed some shops to, you know, to kind of modernise it. I honestly couldn't tell you. There's a lot of Jag Hair shops, or JAG Hair. We've passed about 12 of them now. They must be very popular in Scunthorpe. Right, make sure that you're not just, you know, I've driven the 7, like I say, a few times in the past couple of days, so I'm just going to make sure that I'm not on autopilot, and I'm aware that I'm driving a Route 8 today. I think it goes the same way out of Scunthorpe, to be honest with you. It's a nice little set of routes. I mean, this route's about 20 minutes in length. Oh. Typical. Let us stop and then change. It's always the way, isn't it? I reckon we can fit through that gap. And it's nice now because you can just kind of pootle around. You don't have to, you know, the times are so much better on this route. Or on this map even, because you're not having to race round to keep up with the time as you do on some maps, but at the same time you're not just crawling round at 5 miles an hour for fear of being early. So yeah, it's a lot better. It's not perfect by no means. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh my god, it's the best map in the whole wide world ever, because, you know, it is still quite a dated map. They've done an absolutely fantastic job though bringing it up to a more modern standard. And because it's less of a detailed map compared to, you know, like say London, much like I said with Project Stettin or Chechnya, because it's a less detailed map, the performance is just so much better. And that for me, I would rather drive on a slightly less detailed map and have better performance. You know, we've not really struggled other than the little error, but yeah, what's an error between friends? I can't believe there'd be this much traffic in Scunthorpe on, what day are we on? We're on a Wednesday morning at 20 to 12. Seems a little bit odd, doesn't it? It's like rush hour traffic, this. Come on, it's a green light, you can go through. What's happening? It's just stopped. So are we... Nope, you're gonna... Well, that's a bit of a... Ah, you're going right. Okay, fair dues. And you could have moved out the way, but this is OMSI traffic. We know that OMSI traffic doesn't like to behave like any form of normal traffic. Let's hope that all these people in front aren't all turning right. That would be absolutely terrible, wouldn't it? Sainsbury's on the right hand side there. I'm assuming it's a Sainsbury's, not just a Sains. Eh, dear me, sitting in traffic is not fun, is it? Come on, nobody turn right. Nobody actually needs to go to Sainsbury's. No. You're all fine for your weekly shop. Excellent. Oh, Orange Mini. Hello. Ah, much better. Onto a nice side road. I believe we're going down to the hospital now, if memory serves me right. Next stop's Erie Home Cres, which I imagine means Erie Home Crescent. Erie Home's not a particularly nice sounding place, is it? I'm sure it's lovely. You know, there's nice trees, etc. But calling somewhere Erie, I wonder what the thought behind that was then. Nobody getting off, that's fine. Oh, I'm sorry, you pressed the stopping bell too late for there. Should have pressed it earlier. I'm loving the fact that the road surface is dropping in bits. I mean, up where I live, this is very similar to the road surface. So it's nice that, you know, some maps, the roads are just perfect. And I like the fact that these are quite dilapidated. And here we go, it's hospital on the left-hand side. I imagine they were all getting off at the hospital. Whoa, nobody saw that. Down off the curb. We're almost at the point where they'll be whinging. 2 minutes late, you couldn't do that on the old map, on the Scunthorpe map. You just couldn't physically do it. Even if you just stayed still, the timings were that slack. You just couldn't be 2 minutes late. Not possible. Now at this point, there's normally an ALX 400 coming the other way on the Route 7 when I drive the Route 7, so I imagine this will be a Route 8. Is it? Yeah, it is as well. Route 8 to Scunthorpe. Oh, we go straight on here. Straight through the green lights. Isn't that brilliant? It's a nice quiet run, isn't it? I imagine that this is kind of how the buses are in the middle of the day. Just nobody, you know, not really many people about. Just carrying fresh air up and down. Again, if you haven't got this slap on the wrist. It's not called the Masterbus Masterlight anymore. It's the Studio Polygon light. Again, if you haven't got this bus, why not? It's such a pleasure to drive compared to some of the other stuff. Everything that Studio Polygon have produced is just such a pleasure to be able to drive it. It's just smooth. It sounds brilliant. It has almost got me liking streetlights. I don't like streetlights in real life. But this bus is one of my favourites to drive, and that's how good it is. Because it's just so true to life. It's slow, it makes a horrible noise with the voice gearbox. I mean, you know I'm more of a ZF lover myself. It's just perfect. Perfectly awful. That's exactly the word. Kind of in the deepest, darkest depths of Scunthorpe now, aren't we? You see that says turn right. Are we meant to go up there? Well, there's no arrow. You saw that. Maybe it's a one-way kind of a deal. I always imagine if nothing's said, you just go straight ahead. That seems to be the protocol in a lot of OMSI maps, though I am a little bit worried now because there's no bus stops. Ah, there's one here. As soon as he says no bus stops, there's a bus stop. And nobody on OMSI ever, they never have the confidence or the politeness to tell you, oh, I'm really sorry you're going the wrong way. It would be quite nice if they added that as a feature. I don't know how they'd add that as a feature, but if they did, it would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Because in real life you'd probably get some old woman going, hey, you've taken the wrong turn, it's back there, love. Whereas they never speak up. It's probably because it's a German game, isn't it? And the Germans are, very you know, very methodical people. I imagine it wasn't programmed because buses in Germany do not go the wrong way. You never know. That's kind of how I imagine it, you know, someone in Germany goes the wrong way and all sorts of, you know, they're immediately sacked as a bus driver. Very efficient people, the Germans. It's what makes Germany such a fantastic country. I absolutely love going to Germany. We're going off on a tangent here, aren't we? Thanks, love. See you later. Have we actually got anybody on now? Oh, yeah. A fella that stood up at the front talking to a child. That's, is it a child or is it an old woman? Well, this is one surefire way to have an accident, isn't it? Oh, there's a chap getting on. That makes a nice change, doesn't it? I don't think anybody's got on since we left the town centre. Hello! A nice warning alarm, the Wrightbus warning alarm there if you take your handbrake off before the doors have shut. Like, no, you fool, what are you doing? Of course, harping back to the older days there where you were allowed to drive with your doors open. You used to see buses in summer all the time. Even with people on, you know, you're just driving with the doors open. It's the late 90s, early 2000s answer to air conditioning on a bus, wasn't it, really? A lot of people walking away from this area. Is there some sort of protest? Some march? Oh dear. Some fools planted a load of trees in the middle of the road. Well, it has to be said, I've got absolutely no idea where we are. Well, I know that we're in Scunthorpe, or on the outskirts of Scunthorpe, but in terms of, like, our proximity to the retail park, I haven't got a clue. Maybe this is why there's not many people that have done the full route on this, you know, because the Route 8 is just not the route to go. If you go into the retail park, you just don't get on the Route 8. Ah, we've been down there. I see. That makes sense. So we came from the left and turned right, whereas now, because we're going to the retail park. So we could have cut out all of that nonsense back there around those houses and just gone straight there. It would have been a much more express bus. Well, I guess the idea of this bus isn't really to be express, is it? It's to get a lot of people. Fair dues. Right, well now I feel like we're heading towards the retail park, unlike before when we were plodding round an housing estate. This chap's not waiting, is he? No. That's fine. Ah, so the Route 7's joined us again. How very nice. Nope, ambulance. Nope, you're going that way. Not quite decided where you're going. Excuse me, my right of way. There's always one, isn't there? Feel that because you're in the bus, they can just drive like they want. Oh, nice fire engine going the other way. Hello to you. Speedwell Crescent. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Oh my goodness, we are Speedwell Crescent in because we're 2 minutes early. Over 2 minutes early. What on earth's happened here? Right, well, we're going to have to make a 2-minute stop here. And through the magic of OMSI, the 2 minutes will quite literally just fly by. Ah, there we go. Time to go again. Who'd have thought? I'll just check there's nobody waiting. No. It's almost like magic, that, isn't it? Oh, somebody wants to get off. They'll be annoyed that we didn't wait the 2 minutes at the next stop. You know, they could have probably walked from here to the next stop in 2 minutes. Oh well, we're still a little bit early, aren't we, in comparison with the timetable? So they can just lump it. Well, they can like it or lump it. I imagine looking at his face when he got off, I imagine he'll be opting for the old lump it option. I do like this kind of overgrown look that we've got going on around Skippingdale Retail Park. I can't tell you how much I enjoy driving this map. Especially the 2020 version where we've had a lot of updates. It just makes it that much more enjoyable. I mean, I enjoyed the previous Scunthorpe, to be honest with you. I mean, fair dues, it was dated. I think this is brilliant. It's an absolutely brilliant map, and I think you should download it if you've not already, and you have OMSI. Especially if you've got the extended AI list, because, you know, if you own Add-on London, it's brilliant. Halford's on the right-hand side there. I can't actually remember what shops were here before and whether, you know, anything's been updated. We've got a Lidl on the left. A nice Wix. United Carpets. Well, there was a United Carpets on, what's that other map called? See, I always think this is a bit of a bizarre one to do in the bus, because, the 7 and 8 does a 3-point turn here. It's just a bit odd, isn't it, that they wouldn't provide a, particularly at a retail park, that they wouldn't provide a turnaround or some sort of little bus station. I mean, I don't doubt the creators for 1 second that this is what happens, but yeah, it's just a little bit odd that, you know, they wouldn't kind of think about buses when building a retail park. And then we go back up to our terminus. There we go. Well, that's the Route 8. Let's have a look where we're going next. We'll pop the defect card away. It's the first defect card as well. Don't know if you saw that. Ah, so it goes back as a 7. Got you. So if it comes up as an 8, it goes back as a 7. Sensational. Well, I'll be driving back as a 7 into Scunthorpe, and I shall be doing that on my own. This is where we shall leave each other. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate the views. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click that like button. Helps me more than you could possibly know. Again, make sure you subscribe if you did enjoy it, so you never miss out on any of your favourite OMSI 2 action. Until we meet again, cheerio and goodbye for now.